Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abby, none of that.
I'm waiting for you every night.
I ain't been waiting for you, now get.
I know you still think of me, John.
I don't think of you. I've been here to see what your uncle's been brewing.
I know you better than that.
I don't know who you are.
Your wife. She cursed my name.
Don't you dare speak ill of my wife.
She is blackening my name, telling lies about me.
You are a child.
How dare you call me child?
Are you looking for a whipping?
In this scene, feminism is shown by how John tries to threaten Abigail by saying if she doesn't get on going, he'll hit her. We see how gender roles are enforced by how he threatens to beat her if she doesn't do as he says. As men were seen as the dominant gender, this was to show how men use force to get what they want, and how women are supposed to do as they say in order to avoid said abuse.
I look for the John Proctor I once knew. You love me, John. You still do.
Here in this scene, we can see that Abigail is seen to be the only one who is at fault from the affair. Though both her and John Proctor had committed adultery, Abigail is the only one who is seen as a sinner. At the time, it was believed that a woman should be loyal to her husband and the Bible, which was a very big part of their lives since it was a very Puritan community. The man was not to be blamed because it wouldn't be his fault that a woman had seduced him into sin. This shows the gender roles of the time, because men had all the power, and women were just supposed to obey them and pretty much be a housewife.
Oh, shit.
This scene in the book, although not part of the major theme, still exemplifies that women in this period weren't seen as needing to be educated. Therefore, in this scene where Giles is talking to his wife, he tells her to stop reading. He is scared because he thinks that because she is reading, she'll soon get ideas and rebel against him.
Another scene in the book that exemplifies feminism is when people in the town begin to come to Rebecca Nurse and ask questions on what to do on the girls that are on trial. This is feminism because in this case, in this time period, people would usually go to a man to seek advice because he is seen as more intelligent than a woman. Rebecca Nurse represents a strong feminist power. They go to her instead because she is trusted by the townspeople.
I have a witness. Her name is Mary Warren.
Mrs. Mary, has he threatened you?
He has never threatened me.
Are you lying?
I am not lying now.
This was feminism because at that time they were strict on the Bible and religions, and having a woman speak up for themselves was a sin, and that shows the woman had the strength to speak up and even going against everybody even though she was going to be convicted or created as a sin. Do you know what God damns the liars?
I am not a liar. I am with God now.
You're with God now.
It was feminism because women at that time were not believed, and since this says in the Bible that you're a liar, I would still be condemned and I would be committing sin, so they wouldn't just believe me.
My husband, John Proctor, is a good Christian man, and I know he did not commit adultery with Abigail.
Gender roles are shown in this scene as we see the wife trying to defend her husband. Although she is aware of the affair, she still stands up for him. Men were to be respected at all times by their wives, and wives were to stay loyal to their husbands. Elizabeth is not searching to break their gender role, but to conform to it by helping her husband and staying loyal to him as was expected of her.
So this is feminism because Proctor committed adultery, and if a woman committed adultery at that time, she would be giving up for it so easily. Elizabeth was still trying to save his name, and that's why she said that he hadn't committed any adultery.
My love is gone. This is feminism because in this time, a trial being up to a woman was unheard of. It was always up to the man because he knew everything.
So I beg you, stop now before another is condemned. This man has lied. No, she's the liar.
We see here through a feminist lens that even though John Proctor is still to be blamed for the affair, that is ignored and only charges against Abigail are still to be considered because women were seen as evil and sinful, and even though yes, she is lying, she is purely seen as sin.
The bird! You see the bird over there? I see no
Why
bird.
did you come, yellow bird?
There's no bird. We're making this
My
weird.
face? Are you hurting them?
I'm not hurting them.
But God has given me this face. Mary Warren, stop hurting me, please.
I'm not doing anything.
Why
Yes,
are
you
you
are.
with the devil? Make it stop.
Mr. Danford, I'm not doing anything. Abby, I'm here.
I'm here.
Mr. Danford, I'm not doing anything.
Mr. Danford!
Lies and deceptions and lies.
Are you conflicted with the devil?
Never, never.
Never, never!
Give me a whip and I'll stop it. They're sporting.
It's sporting!
Abby, stop it.
Abby, stop it!
Stop it.
Stop it!
I have no powers.
I have no powers.
The trial concludes with John being accused of making the girls sign the Devil's Book, and he is then sent to jail. During this time, many people have been able to redeem themselves by confessing to witchcraft. Elizabeth is sent to John in his jail cell to try and get him to confess. They have a heart-to-heart where he asks her for forgiveness, and she accepts and apologizes for being a cold wife. She also asks him for forgiveness, which gives him the determination to live. Overall, the Crucible shows how when women come together, their voices are heard and they are given just as much power as men.